been wanting to get him down here for, I've been here 10 years now. He came down for my first year, and we didn't do so well at one of the ball games. But Coach Adkins is the one who hired me at Jeff City when I was 23 years old, and just getting out of grad school and coaching college for 1 year. And, he gave me an opportunity, gave me a chance, and I learned so much from him. I have great respect and love for him, and we're 30 years apart. Coach is 93 years old. I'll be 63 in November, and he's one of the best friends I've ever had in my life. And still to this day, he's been like a second father to me. There's nothing I wouldn't do for him. And mostly what I learned from being under his direction for 16 years is all about fundamentals, being a fundamentally sound football team in all three phases, just not one or the other, building great relationships with kids, getting your kids to excel and play above their ability, and paying a supreme price. That's in practice, that's in the games, that's in the classroom, being the leaders of the school. That was his philosophy. And I was only one of 4 coaches at the time. The school was back in 1939 when it started. I was one of 4 coaches at the high school, head coaches. That's how many we had in that long period. So they just raised you up through the program. And I want to read you a little bit about him being a winner. Coach Adkins, to this day, remains the winningest coach in Missouri history and is number 8 on the all-time list nationally. His overall record is 405 wins, 60 losses. He was at another school in Centralia, Missouri, where he went 51-12 in 7 seasons before he came to Jeff City. At Jeff City, as a head coach there, he was 341, 48 losses and 2 ties in 36 years. So you figure that out. He had 14 perfect seasons, 20 unbeaten regular seasons. His teams went 76-1-2 in the first 79 games he coached there. They did not lose a road game in his first decade at Jeff City, and his teams never lost a homecoming 36 years there. In 9 of the years he was there, they only lost 2 regular season games, from 1986 to 1994. That's quite a record right there. He owns a 71-game winning streak. He captured 9 state football championships during his 43 years. And his last year there, what impressed me more than anything, he won the state championship his last year. And in 1988, of all those records I just mentioned, the one that impressed me the most is that his football program from 8th grade up. We had 8th grade. We had 2 8th grade teams, A and B, a 9th grade, A and B, a sophomore team, a JV team, and a varsity team. We went 35-0 in the program. Not one team had a loss. And I thought that was a hell of a record. Coach was Coach of the Year 8 times. He's a member of the Missouri Sports Hall of Fame. In 1986, he got inducted. In 2013, he was the 25th person to be named Missouri Sports Legend by the Missouri Sports Hall of Fame. And he was the first high school coach ever to receive that honor. Guys, it's a privilege for me to have him here and speak to you tonight. Coach Adkins.
I'm pretty good, aren't I? Yeah. I wish. I told the coaches a while ago, they don't know how lucky they are to coach you guys. I'm serious. I miss it. I've always missed it. I wished I could go back and do it all over again. I understand you guys won a big one last week, right? Sir. Are you hungry? How hungry are you for tomorrow night? Are you really want to win another one tomorrow night? Sir. Really want to win? Yes, right here in your heart. Yes, sir. That's what it's all about. I think that if there's one thing that I could say of all the kids that I've ever coached, and there have been a lot of them, that we were overachievers. I had 10 kids that played in the pros, yes. But we were overachievers. That 71 game winning streak. How many of those games do you think we were better than our opponents? A lot of them we were not. But our players thought they were better. They were overachievers. And they would go the extra mile. They would work on that practice field many days, 3 hours, and wanted more. They wanted more. 3 hours wasn't enough. Because they knew that the practice during the week, that was the tough part of the football. The game on Friday night was a piece of cake. Man, I don't think, probably 2 times in all the years that I coached, that I ever had a team that take a field didn't think they were going to win on Friday night or Saturday, whatever day we played. We knew we were going to win. You know why? And you guys, I understand, and I know Coach Grosso, or I've met the other coaches here, but we outworked our opponents. Monday through Thursday, we put it all on the line. We outworked our opponents. If you guys this week, boys, have you outworked every guy that you're going to play this year? If you haven't, then you cheated somebody. You've cheated your coaches, your parents, your fellow teammates. If you've outworked everybody that you're going to play this year, you're going to win a state championship, man. How do you win state championships? You outwork the other guy. I guarantee you, you win a state championship, I'll send Coach Grosso the biggest damn check he's ever had. We'll buy you a steak that you can't eat. Now that's a promise. Right? You're going to have to win it all. You got to win it all. So you want to make sure that you think, well, the coaches are too hard on me. I can't do this. You can do it if you want to put your mind to it. And again, how do you win 71 games in a row? We didn't have better players. But you know what they did? These guys didn't want to be the first team that lost. They did not want to lose. So we started a 71 game winning streak, and we went 6 years plus without losing a ball game. A lot of those years, our people were pretty average. But they did not want to lose a ball game, and they didn't lose the ball game. We're all smart enough in this room to know, men, that sooner or later you're going to lose one. And we did. But it took a long time for somebody to finally get it. They were a better football team, and I congratulate them on the fact that they were, and it happened to be a team that was about 30 miles from us that beat us. But you know what? It was a team in the state of Missouri that would play us. The guys from the big cities in St. Louis and Kansas City wouldn't play us. So I was glad to be beat by a guy out of state, not somebody that would not put their name on the dotted line to play us. I know you guys need to get home and get rest. I'd just like to say that I think I had a staff when I finished up there could teach fundamentals at any level from college Division I down to as low as you want to go. We were fundamentalists. All of our kids learned to play both ways. The best kids were on the field, and that was usually 6 or 7 guys both ways. We believed in that, and I know down here you have a lot more players, and you have a lot more kids probably that can play. We did not. So every one of my coaches had to learn to coach on both sides of the ball. But every player had to play on both sides of the ball. And when it was all over with, that was the way we became the winners that we were. Whether that's right or wrong, I don't know. But in Missouri today, the good high school teams are still playing 4 or 5, sometimes 6 kids both ways. And I don't know what you're doing here, guys, but all I know is that we had to keep the best kids on the field all the time. How did we do that? We outworked everybody, which is the first word I said when I walked in here. We worked harder than anybody in the state. We knew this, and the kids knew this, and consequently it paid off. We did not start playing state championship in Missouri until 1968. If we could have played state championships way back in the 50s, I think we might have won a couple more state championships. Some of the great teams on that 71 game winning streak did not get to play for a state championship. Think what that is like. bust your tail out there 3 hours a day, all year long, and then at the end of the season, you don't get to play in the state championship. Now, that's tough. But that's what Missouri, we were sort of a basketball state at the time, and unfortunately, these guys didn't get to play. But that was, you know, one of the things that Missouri is sort of known for. We're the last one to do anything down there. We're not very smart, I guess that's what we call that. But anyway, I know you guys, you need to get a good night's rest tonight, and can't wait to see you tomorrow night. I was down here about, what, 5 years ago, Coach?
Yeah.
Is that 5 or 6? Time flies. But anyway, got to see the Wildcats play, and I hope you'll be Wildcats tomorrow night. I don't want anything else, right?
Sure.
You want to be, you betcha. And we were the Jaybirds back there in Missouri. We had about 2,800 students in our high school, and we were the large class 6, class 5 as we moved up the ladder. But I think the Wildcats was a much better name than the Jays. The Jays sort of soft in there with the coach sometimes. And yeah. But I would like to do this. Is there anybody has a question that you can ask an old man? I'm 93 years old. Guys believe this? But hell, I shot a 12-point deer last year. That's not bad for a 93-year-old guy. I also got killed by 2 big old gobbler turkeys. That's not too bad for a 93-year-old man. No. And I can catch crappie like you'd never believe. I am a fishing fool. I've got a little old wave frame on the Lake of the Ozarks, and we have a great time down there, limiting out. And if we don't catch them on our own docks, we go over on the guy next door and catch them. So we call that poaching. I don't know what you call it here in Texas, but that's what goes on there. Is there anything that I could ask of any of you guys? All I know is that this guy right back here, if I started coaching tomorrow, he'd be the first guy I'd hire on my staff. He's one of a kind, and I told him recently on a phone call, I said, Coach Grosso, don't you ever quit coaching. You coach until you can't stand up because you are one of a kind and the kids need you. And I mean that. They need coaches like Coach and the rest of these guys in here. And you guys don't know how lucky you are when you get somebody that really loves you, really cares about you, and will go the extra mile to do anything in the world to help you. And I know that not only Coach Grosso, I don't know the others, but everybody would do that for you guys. And like I said, I had coached 10 pro football players. You know, that's pretty darn special, isn't it? We had 3 on our team 1 year. Can you believe 3 pro football players on a team in 1 year? We did. But you know what happened? That's the year I retired and walked out. Now that shows you how damn smart I am. I retired and walked out that year. And they had 3 guys on that team. So I know you need to get your rest, as I said before. Coach?
I want you to tell them the story about one of the guys that played pro ball, Booty Martin. He was 6'9", about 275. Tell him about how he only wanted to play one way. Yeah,
he was a nose tackle. And he decided about the 8th game of his senior year, we were undefeated, that he didn't want to play both ways. He just wanted to play defense. Okay? So I said, well, what'd you say? And he said, I only want to play defense. I said, well, you're going to have a long day tomorrow on the bench. And we were going to St. Louis playing a good football team down there. It was hot, about 90, 95 degrees. I set his big butt on the bench, and he had to sit there in that heat and watch that ball game because he didn't want to play both ways. So we come back home, and Sunday we spent all day grading films and getting ready for the next game. And he come in after film. He knew what time we was going to get through film. It would be about 5 or 6 o'clock. And he said, Coach, I'd like to talk to you. I said, well, what's on your mind, Steve? He said, well, I believe I'd like to play both ways. I said, okay, Steve. I said, that's nice. I said, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to make this the most miserable week in your life. And if you can withstand everything that I give you on that football field this week, you might get to play a few plays Friday night. So we poured it on him. And I mean we poured it on him. Here's a guy almost 300 pounds. And he's about 6'4", 5", wasn't he, Coach?
He's a big boy.
He's huge. And when it was over with, he's pretty good. He looked pretty good. So we didn't start him, though. Didn't start him again now. He sat on the bench. And then about the second quarter, we finally put him in the ball game. So there's a good, and you know this kid went in and he did a great job in the pros, made millions of dollars, did a great job, and you know he still speaks to me today. Can you believe that? He speaks to me today. When I go to Kansas City to a game up there, he makes a point. He's going to be at that high school football game. He comes over and talks to Coach Adkins. So if you think you're better than the coaches think you are, and you don't want to do what they say you're going to do, well then that's what could happen to you, man. And this guy was a pro player. Think about that now. So there's always, you know, to coach, and you can be a nice guy, you can love them all, kiss them all, do whatever you want to, but on the other hand, when it all gets down to it, did you outwork these guys that are you going to be playing tomorrow night? Have you put out everything this week on the field that the coaches wanted you to do? Have you given them and yourself and your teammates everything that you could possibly give? I'm going to look out there tomorrow night and I'm going to see. And if you could say yes, you're going to win this football game, man, I can tell you. But I hope you didn't lay anything back, because there's always somebody out there wanting it pretty bad. And if they want to worsen you, they're probably going to be the winner, aren't they? What do you think tomorrow night? You guys, have you put it all on the line? That's what I'm saying. Every time we start the season, we challenge the kids to the fact that you will work harder than any football team in the state of Missouri. And if you do, we're going to win it all. And unfortunately, I lost 7-6. That wasn't very good. State championship. That's bad. But you've been great, man. And I wish you a lot of luck tomorrow night. And Coach, all you coaches, I'm impressed. I didn't have anything written down. How there's nothing. I don't know anything that they don't know. But I do know one thing. That I know how to win. I think you guys know how to win with this staff I've met here tonight. And so, that's what we're going to do tomorrow night, right? Go after them. Go after them. And after the ball game, Coach, I know how to celebrate. You do too. That's what we're going to do tomorrow night, right, man? We're doing it. Thank you so much for your attention. And like I said, gosh, you're lucky to be playing this game. It's the greatest game in the world, isn't it? The greatest game in the world. There's no question about it. And you're so lucky to be playing this game. Don't let anything pass you by. It's, you know, it's, life is pretty short, really. And so enjoy it while you can. And if you guys, you know, like I said, I mean this now in this state championship. Can you eat a big old steak? You can't eat a steak? You don't like steak?
I like it.
You like them? All right. Coach Grosso, you win this state championship in their class this year. I will send you a check and we'll put, but these guys, the biggest damn steak they've ever eaten in their life.
We got that on camera now.
You got it, that's all right. Hey, I'm a rich coach, remember? I'm a rich coach. Thank you so much, guys.